Oh, wow. Lovely to meet you. I'm just off the intersection of Advice Avenue, taking some much needed time to talk to you in the habitat of a few friends of mine. I'm so glad you could join me today for a chat. Do you mind if I give you some unsolicited advice? Of course you don't. It's probably why you clicked on this video in the first place. Now, before we start, let's do some checks. Synergy. You're here with me? Check. Sympathy for our past selves who didn't know much better. Safe space, whether in our bodies or in a place where we can listen at our own pace. Check. And as for me, a seat, a snack for later, a cup of tea. Today's theme is dreams. What exactly is a dream? Well, according to the Oxford Dictionary, dreams are a series of thoughts, images, and sensations occurring in a person's mind during sleep, or a cherished aspiration, ambition, or ideal. Oh, well, that was a mouthful, wasn't it? It makes sense why dreams can be both daunting and exhilarating, right? But to dream the impossible dream, we've heard it been sung countless times before, a song of persevering and daring to give into the most outlandish desires that we have for our own lives. But words are powerful. Some say they are so powerful. They can be turned into spells for good, like manifestations, or for bad, like curses. Which one will you pick for yourself today, I wonder? You may feel a sense of wasted potential from within. Countless videos on social media telling you to get rich quick. All the strategies that you may need in order to tap in quick before you miss the success train. And the next trend comes along and you're right back where you started because you succumbed to the noise. They said there's no time like right now. Things are easier than ever. Anyone can make it because the playing field is now even. The people have more buying power than ever, standing toe to toe with the big wigs and the corporations. They use this to put the blame on you, the victim, for your shitty current circumstances, for not believing in better and bigger and working harder and playing fair in an unfair game. And if it doesn't work, then you didn't do it right. And you're back again at square one. This is the classic snake potion manipulation. When you listen to this noise, I think anyone would find it hard to even think that their dream is possible. You become pessimistic, unbelieving, depressed even. But your intuition brought you to this video. You went where you were guided, and now I will give you practical steps that won't cost you anything but your soul's work and a little self-awareness. Step one, look in the mirror at your beautiful reflection. Ask yourself, what am I so afraid of? The thought popped into your head, didn't it? You know what it is, don't you? You know the answer, but it is too daunting to even think about. You have bigger fish to fry and enough on your plate. I get it. You deserve the patience. So give that to yourself. Just in this moment, you won't be looking at any reflective surfaces soon, I bet you that. You're going to write down your fears. You're going to do it scared, a tight feeling in your chest. But just push past the feeling of dread because I'm right here to support you. I'll hold your hand, a little dry, but still loving, while you push the pen. For real this time. You have held me hostage for far too long. I am looking for a bond with my dreams and not a bondage with my fears. Today is your last day and I release you. Step two, building trust in self. By doing all the things you wanted to try, instead of auditioning for Broadway, maybe try a local acting gig at your local theatre or volunteer at a charity that gives the youth a platform to perform, like musical theatre or creative workshops. They're available, trust me. Or if that is too much and you may be a little bit more introverted, try YouTube University on the very topic that your dream falls into. That way you can schedule build up on your own terms. The Emmy or the Oscar will be waiting on the other side, but so will the confidence and the trust in yourself. Number three, patience is virtue. So I'd hope you'd live long enough to see what you can become. Maybe when you were younger, you didn't see yourself living this far, or this old, but here you are. And so I dare you to dream because you have so much life ahead of you to live on your terms because you've been at the lowest of the lowest points and you can only go up from here. And I think you owe it to your younger self to do that, don't you? Your commitment to facing fear in its very fragile face is nothing short of courageous. And younger you didn't have the patience, but I think older you does. Meditate. Do not try and escape by using your vices like drugs, dopamine with doom scrolling or other ways. Refrain from maladaptive daydreaming because daydreaming about the dream and not living the dream is two completely opposite things. Remember, someone has been exactly where you were before, but the patience that they had, knowing that if they were to keep going at it, that they'd eventually make it in some form, that is where the virtue lies. Because no matter if you wait for a miracle or you become the very miracle that you're waiting for, the same time will pass. Number four, it's yours. Believe that it is your birthright because you said so. You should read Fig Tree by Sylvia Plath. I think it's a really introspective way of seeing how many lives we can live and how many times maybe we can be back on earth to live those lives we didn't get to live. But there are louder dreams that happen within us that are usually just one that we spend our whole lives fighting for. That's the one you should focus on. The one that makes you excited and makes you hot when you're not sweating because you just can't wait. The adrenaline is kicking in. And then without any outside noise or doubt, that is where you find yourself thinking, oh, this is me. This is exactly what I want to do. Yeah, I think that's the life I'm going to make for myself. Lean into the childlike curiosity and wild imagination that you've always had that was probably suppressed by adult living, corporate living, the noise, society. That dream since you were a child has never left you. And all the feelings you have towards that dream that may feel quite negative, it's only suppression because you have yet to express all those things you have bottled up since you were a child. That's a very long time if you're a grown adult, right? Number five, even if you abandon that dream, it will never abandon you. Stevie Nicks once sang in After the Glitter Fades, so you know the dream keeps coming, even when you forget to feel. For me, it's the only life that I've ever known. Our abandonment wound is probably weeping at the sound of that phrase, but trust yourself, because I do. And over the years, people have probably abandoned you. But every day that you give in to the feeling that you are not worthy, you do yourself and that inner child a disservice to what you only are here to do. Only you can do it like you, and the collective is calling you. We want you to do it the way that you do it, in the way and the way and the way, I'll say again, the way that you do it, only you can do it. We want you. The collective has called you to do it. If you don't want to, decline the call so we can give it to somebody else. But I know you want it and we want it for you also. But we can't want it more than you. Well, it was a pleasure having you, but I'll be on my way. This is not my habitat, so I won't overstay. I hope you take what you need and keep the rest at bay. Goodbye, dear. See you another day. Ta-ra for now.